Jeff Slauson here from 19 News Now at the 19 News Digital Desk. A Crimestoppers reward is now being offered for any information that can help in finding the people or person involved in the kidnapping of Lachelle Jordan. We spoke with Crimestoppers earlier today about this and the time frame associated with it. Just to kind of start off, if you will here, explain for those that are unfamiliar with how Crimestoppers works when law enforcement informs you that they need somebody or they need help in locating people.
Well, when they come to us, they need the public's help with anonymous tips or any information in solving a case. So we put out a reward and kind of the details of what they're looking for. Sometimes it's they have a picture and they need a person identified. Sometimes they need a specific of a case. Or sometimes they're looking for a specific person and they're looking for the location of a person.
So what do we know in this Lachelle Jordan case then? That
in this case, they've exhausted all the leads they had. So they came to me and they asked me if I'd put up a reward for information as to anyone who knows any information as to the kidnappers or the location to where she was kept, or anyone who has any sightings of her or the kidnappers during the time that she was missing. So that's what they're looking for the public's help on at this point.
Why now? Why would this happen now as opposed to when she was initially found a couple of weeks ago?
Well, when she was initially found, they had worked all the leads they had. So that takes time. They do their legwork. They have a lot of things they have to look into. So they've exhausted all that. They've worked through that during that time. That time has passed. They've come to a roadblock. And now it's time for the public, that they're looking for the public's help.
So how does it work? Somebody contacts you saying, hey, they think they have information. How would this happen? Okay,
so there's several ways that they can contact. They can either call our number at 216-25-CRIME. That's our call center. They can use our mobile app, or they can use the web at www.25crime.com. All of those are anonymous. We don't have caller ID. We don't take down names. We don't want any of your information. They can put any information in that they have. And what we do is then we forward that to law enforcement. Okay, our call center isn't even in the state of Ohio. We forward that to them and they utilize it.
And then how would somebody get a reward? Would they have to be known to get the reward?
Well, if they're looking to get a reward, they're given a tip number. And if they do it online, they're asked to wait about 45 days. They call in. They're identified only by that tip number. So they call in, they give the tip number, and then they're given a status on that as to whether they're eligible for that reward.
So for those who do or don't remember this story here, I want to pull up a story from our coverage of this earlier last month. Brian Duffy and our own Harry Boomer had the story here. I think it was important that we hit on the fact that for Crimestoppers, this is pretty much mundane or pretty much regular of when this would have been called, but for some they may question why this happened so late. Here is our story that happened a couple of months ago after Lachelle Jordan was found alive.
Our team coverage continues now with Harry Boomer. And Harry, you've been covering this case all week.
That's right, Duffy. And until today, we really didn't know what had happened to Lachelle Jordan. We still don't know all of the details, but the whole story will, of course, come out as she feels better about talking about the horrible details what kept Lachelle out of view. Now, the mystery of Lachelle Jordan's disappearance calls an all-points bulletin for information that we hope would lead to find her. She left most of her personal belongings behind last Saturday. There was no trace of her where she had gone. Like a miracle, an injured Jordan limped into that open pantry convenience store at East 166 in Euclid in Cleveland late last night and called for help. Police and EMS arrived, and she was taken to the Cleveland Clinic. 19 News happy to report that she was found alive.
You'll never believe this. We just got a call from Lachelle Jordan. She says that, like, she's just been insulted. She said she got away from the people that kidnapped her. They tried to burn her alive.
We all want to know more about what happened to Lachelle Jordan, especially because so many people got involved in trying to find her. Jordan has been through a major ordeal, and she needs some time to process all of what has happened to her. We should give her some space and time. She'll talk when she's ready, and when she does, we'll tell you what she says. Live at the 5th District Police Station, I'm Harry Boomer, 19 News.
And so again, that story airing just a couple of months ago or last month here. This investigation is still very active. Of course, if you have any information, contact Crimestoppers. You could be in line for that $2,500 reward. For now, I'm Joe Sloss with 19 News. Much more on this and the stories of the day tonight on 19 News at 7:30, which kickstarts on the CW in about 7 minutes, and of course at 10 and 11.